Hi, I'm Meredith Weepert, principal at Creekside Elementary. For the upcoming school year, we are welcoming back many familiar faces here at Creekside Elementary. We also have several new teachers and instructional assistants who are coming on board. This is a great school and we have lots of wonderful and exciting things planned for this school year.
I am Mrs. Weepert, and I am the principal here at Creekside Elementary, and we are so excited to welcome our newest Creekside Bruins to our building. If you are going to be in kindergarten this year, raise your hand. What lovely faces. We are so excited that you're going to be here with us in kindergarten. And so, parents, we have a lot of information that we're going to share with you today, and we're going to be available to answer any of the questions that you might have. But at this time, we are going to go ahead and call students a class at a time, and they are going to go ahead and head back to their kindergarten classroom to begin Jump Start. I know some of you probably already have your cameras ready, but if you want to get your cameras out, you'll be able to take a picture of your child as they're lining up for the very first time as a kindergarten. So at this time, all boys and girls who are going to be in Miss Vance's room, if you will come on down. Got a few waves that time. All right. At this time, any boy or girl who is going to be in Mrs. Milby's class.
Okay, and here we go. Let's go. Good job.
And at this time, all boys and girls who are going to be in Mrs. Knight's class, if you will come down and be your teacher. All right, I know that was exciting, getting to watch them head out to their first day of kindergarten Jump Start. Again, for those of you that just came in, I'm Meredith Weepert. I'm the principal here at Creekside, and we are very excited to have you here. I have a few pieces of information before I turn it over to Mary Donna Atcher, who is our school's guidance counselor. First, I'd like to share some information about our school hours. They have changed a little bit. If you have a child that has already come through Creekside, I wanted to make sure everyone was aware. Our school hours are now 7:35 until 2:15. And we will begin drop-off every morning at 7:15. So this is just a slight change from years in the past. And no student is able to be dropped off before 7:15 in the morning. But teachers will be on duty at that time to accept children off of the bus or if they are going to be car riders. On Thursday and Friday, which are the first 2 days of school, and that's going to be the 9th and the 10th of August, we welcome any parent or grandparent who wants to come and walk their child to class on those days. Starting the following week, anyone that would like to walk their child to class will need to make sure that they sign in the front office. And we have a policy here to keep all of our students and our staff safe. So we require everyone that checks into our building to have a photo ID on them when they check in. We have a computerized system that will log every visitor that comes into the building. So please make a reminder to yourself to always have your ID when you come in to check in if you're going to visit the classroom or if you have a parent conference or if you want to eat lunch with your child or if you need to check them out for any reason. Again, safety is a really big emphasis for us here at Creekside, and so our office personnel wanted to make sure that I passed this along. I know occasionally things change and you've already decided how your child is supposed to be going home every day, but of course sometimes things happen, so any changes in transportation that take place need to be made in writing, and so our preference is to have a note sent in with the child in the morning. And the office staff asked if the child needs to ride home to grandma's house, please make sure that you give us the details, name, address, that sort of information, so that we make sure we know exactly what the transportation change will be. So we are not able to take any changes over the phone. That is for safety reasons. We want to make sure that we have verified in writing with parent permission for any transportation that is changed outside of a child's normal method of transportation. Let's see. Our assistant principal is Tiffany Jones, and she is not here this morning. She is in Louisville at a conference, but I know she was excited to meet all of you once school begins. I'd also like to introduce Miss Lauren French. She is our family resource coordinator here at Creekside. She is also a kindergarten parent, so she's right here with you guys, sending her oldest child to kindergarten this year. So she is available if you have any special needs, especially if you have difficulty with school supplies. Mrs. Lauren is the one who you need to speak with today. Most of you probably saw we had a table set out in the foyer, and our PTA is set up there. We have a wonderful PTA here at Creekside. We really encourage you to stop by today and see about membership and how you can get involved. This is a wonderful school community, and again, we are so happy to have you here with us. And at this time, I'll turn it over to Mrs. Atcher.
I'm Mrs. Atcher. I am the guidance counselor here at Creekside. I wear many hats, but I am here available for your students. I also teach weekly guidance classes, so I have your students in class as well, and we work on character traits. Just every day I tell them what I teach them. I'm not giving them a test. I'm not grading them, but hopefully 20 years from now they'll sit and say, hey, Ms. Thatcher taught me that whenever I was in elementary school. So my job is basically to be there to support families, students, and then just teach students life lessons. So I look forward to working with all of your students. I do have an open door policy. If there's any questions or concerns, please come to me, whether it be family, whether it be school, whatever. Like I said, if I'm not here, they will give me a message, or you can send me an email. Okay, so I look forward to working with everyone. Along with my job, though, one of the most important things the first few days of school is busing, especially with little people. As you get to middle school, you realize that they just leave it to the middle schoolers to get on the bus. High school, they just turn them loose and hope they get home. But in the elementary school, we really make sure the first week of school that we really focus on making sure they're on the right bus. So I have given on the front of your all's packets that your teacher gave you, and I know there's already some corrections. We will get that fixed, so don't panic if something's wrong. You got a phone call from your teacher this summer introducing that they were going to be your child's teacher, but also asking about transportation, and that's where we pull that information. We put that information into the computer. So the teacher has called, you're checking it today, we will check it again the first day, and then we run labels once we've triple checked everything, okay? So what I need you to do, most important today, is make sure you look at that form. If there are no changes, you don't need to do anything, okay? If there are changes, after you meet with your teachers in just a few minutes, we're going to dismiss you to rooms where the teachers can kind of go over specialized information for their classroom. Once you have met with your teachers, before you leave, please see me. I will be in the library. So if there are any changes whatsoever, and I know what they called, probably some of them called early in the summer. If something has changed, that's okay. Just come and let us know, because we print labels for all of our kindergartners. Usually we print labels for at least 2 weeks until they're comfortable knowing what bus that they get on. Okay, so our main concern is the morning bus, we want to make sure that's right, but to be quite honest, they're going to get here. Somebody's going to get them here. I'm more concerned with in the afternoon. Also, it is not Hardin County policy that somebody has to be out there, but we request from our bus drivers that an adult be out there to receive kindergarten or first grade off the bus. So if they do not see someone, they will not let them off. They'll ready to go back and say, we don't see an adult here, because the thing is, if they were in a neighborhood, it may be easier because they have friends, but some of our kids live really far out and they don't have neighbors close to them. So we will not let the child off unless someone is out there. Now, transportation today, they're not the same bus. For Jumpstart, we do provide transportation, but it's just 2 buses. So the bus route's a little bit longer, but we do put an adult on each bus for these 2 days only. There is not an adult on the everyday bus, but we do put one on the bus every day because it's a bus driver's nightmare to put all kindergartners who have never ridden a bus, and then they're tired from being at school and they can fall asleep. So we will have an adult on the bus with them today and tomorrow to make sure that they get where they're going, okay? I did ask you when you signed them in this morning if they would be riding the bus home or both ways tomorrow. If you did not let me know that, please see me before. And I have a couple that I did not have information, so I'll track you down as well. Pickups. Several of our kindergarten students are going to be drop-offs in the morning and pickups in the afternoon. Ms. Weepert said in the morning the doors will not open until 7:15. I know that's a little bit of an adjustment because before they've been able to be dropped off and they come into that little lobby, the outside door will not be open until 7:15. So if you get here earlier, they will not be able to be dropped off until myself is out. I'm the one that opens car line in the morning until one of us open that outside door. That's a little bit of a change, okay? And the reason being is they were being dropped off and then they're not supervised because the teachers aren't here and then we're in the office and they're kind of out there. You know how they are in the morning, kids. They like to get rowdy and play around. So it's more for a safety feature than anything, but just for those who have had students here previously, just so you're aware of that. If you are going to be dropping off and picking up, before you leave, you need to come to the library. We have a car line system. So in the afternoon, you do not have to get out and come in to sign your child out. You will go in the library before you leave today. You'll fill out a car line form. It tells the make and model of your car. If there's multiple cars that you have, don't panic about that. But you're going to get a car tag that hangs in your window or from your mirror. So you need to sign the form. Each family gets 2 car tags. So if whoever, if a grandparent, you need to just switch those out. We provide 2 car tags. Then the child actually has a car tag on their backpack that matches the number that's in your window. I am out in the afternoon, I'm out at car line, and so once we get in a system, we will not ID people, but for the first few days, have your ID. I do know many people and many faces, but it's just, like I said, it's a safety thing, so have your ID available. But before you leave today, if you plan on dropping off, really drop-off's not the big deal, it's pickups. If you plan on picking up, you need to make sure and register and get your car tags. And then last year I did a corny video, if anybody saw it. I'll probably do another corny video just so that you know the procedures in the afternoon of where to line up and how that flows. So if there's any questions at all regarding transportation, I will be in the library once you meet with your teachers, okay? Today, releasing, those of you who are picking up, we're going to feed them lunch, and then once we feed them lunch, we'll go back and pack up. We're going to go ahead and release the pickups first, and that way if we've missed someone and the parents here to pick them up, they're not on the bus headed down the road, and we've missed that. Because we work really hard to make sure there are no mistakes, but we're human. So just bear with us on that and be patient, but we will release pickups early. So if you could be here by 12 o'clock today, that would be great. Also, the first day of school, there is an hour release, early release, okay? So instead of us releasing at 2:15, we will release at 1:15. And I think it's just for the elementary schools because our little people just take a little bit extra love and care to get them home and make sure they get where they're going. So make sure the first day, that's always a question or someone forgets. Make sure that you know the very first day of school, which is August the 9th, we will release 1 hour early, which will be 1:15 instead of 2:15. Again, like I said, please be patient with us the first few days. We work really hard to make sure, again, that everyone gets where they're needed to be. But again, we're human. Your child is our #1 priority. So just know that we will make sure and take care of them and keep them safe. And if you can, parent and school communication is very important. So if you have questions or concerns, please feel free to contact myself, Ms. Weaver, Ms. Jones, Ms. Lauren, with anything you have. Okay? Are there any questions like for the whole, that everybody needs to hear? If not, I will be in the library once you meet with your homeroom teacher. And I look forward to meeting everybody. Thank you. If you are going to pick your child, sometimes you pick them up like once a week or twice a week. Even if you're going to pick them up one time, go ahead and get a car tag. It's just much easier. Like I said, I'm out there and I know people, but it's just much easier to go ahead because we have a computer system and it has who's available to pick them up. And if somebody comes through the car line and asks to pick your child up and we do not have them on record, we don't know them, we will ask them to pull over and we will call the parent. So just make sure you have all that taken care of, but register even if you plan on picking up one day or more. Okay? Thank you. Do you want me to go ahead and dismiss them? Okay. So Miss Knight's, if you are a parent in Miss Knight's classroom, and I'll say all this and then we'll dismiss, you're going to actually go to the library. Okay? Miss Milby's class is going to stay in the gym. Miss Milby's going to stay in the gym, and then Miss Vance's classroom is going to go to the computer lab. And if you go to the computer lab, you can go out this door right here, and Miss Weaver will show you where the computer lab is. Thank you.
I will be sending a necklace that will be a yellow school bus. If you will have your child to wear it to and from school for at least the first week, I'll have your child tell you when they don't need it anymore. They should know. If you feel better for identification purposes, if you want to leave it in their book bag, that's fine till you feel comfortable. Alrighty. We have a real blessing this year. Our students are going to be eating breakfast and lunch free. The stipulation with breakfast is you have to have your child here on time. The breakfast will not be served after 7:35. So if you want your child to eat, you have to be on time. That's really important to them getting their day off to the right start, because they have a procedure they will be going through. They unpack their backpacks, they'll put their agendas in a certain spot, and bag their backpacks. I do provide garbage bags, drawstring garbage bags, and I'll go through all the procedures, and I assure you they will be able to do it on their own. But we'll just get all of our things together. Special area. They must wear tennis shoes on special area PE. That is a requirement. As soon as I get a schedule, you will have it in your hands. And I usually run that on a real bright paper, so it's very visible. Generally, notes that I send are on some kind of, real wild color so that it'll alert you. It's very important that you check those notes. I usually try to bullet them where it'll make it real easy for you to read them, and I don't try to be real wordy about it all.
Each day, make sure you're checking the agenda. Please do not remove the clip. There's going to be like a little paper clip, big binder clip on it. And it just helps us. We're going through, 20, 24 of those a day. It just gets us to that page that we're looking at. All notes should be in the front pocket. Please don't put it in your child's book bag and think that they're going to give it to us, because more than likely they won't. And they'll forget about it, and then it comes the afternoon, and we're like, oh, you're being picked up, and we don't know anything about it. So by the end of the day, at the end of the day. So just make sure it's in that agenda. If you're sending money, if it's not in a check form, please have it in an envelope, either, a little Ziploc bag is fine, but with the kid's name, especially if it's cash, so that we can make sure that it gets to the right person. Book bags, we'll check them for the first 2 days of school, regular school, and after that, everything needs to be in the agenda. And we'll so check for Behavior-wise, we do point system. They earn a point as they do what we ask them to, like get in line and line up and without talking and go to the restroom. They get a point for that, and they can have a total of 10 points for the day. And so if they have a 10 in their agenda, that means they had a great day. So, and if it's anything less, then we will let you know in a writing what happened. Initial by the date in the agenda. I know you're like, what? But it's a dated calendar is what it is, and you'll see a 10 there, and then you'll just need an initial, somebody that they looked at it. And if you have any questions or concerns or anything, or you can write right there, or you can, of course, give me a note. But or if you have a question, like, where's their homework? Ask it. You always get a paper for homework on Monday, so don't wait till Friday to ask. So every night right here in the middle, check the agenda for behavior and the notes. Initial the agenda, and then review your letters, sounds, sight words, and numbers. And we will be giving you a packet that's going to be like a homework packet, like your toolbox, that you will have numbers and letters and sight words that are going to be in there for you to use with your kids. So just go over those. We do teach the letters first and then the sounds, and then will be the first full week of school. We'll be introducing I and Am. So we'll be reading the first week of school. We give them stickers for their work. So on a piece of paper, on their work sample, like if they wrote a sentence, like at first I'll give them 2 stickers, So I will put a 2. And so that's not anything that's bad. It doesn't mean 1 out of 4 or 1 out of 100 or 2 out of 100. But it's they get 2 stickers, which is great. They've done everything I've asked of them. If they drew a picture to go with it, then they get another sticker. So we reward them with these stickers, and then after they get 20 stickers, they go to the treasure box, which is right now, it is brimming full. I had a past teacher or assistant. She was I had her grandson last year, and she says, well, I've been going to the yard sales all summer, and she brought a box, and it's rounded over right now. So, but if you're any toys that you try to get rid of or need to get rid of, send them in. I give stickers for that too, even their old stuff. So we go to the treasure box. We reward them with the playground time. Their developmental centers will have, hopefully every day we'll have developmental centers. And in the afternoon, that's when they get to play in the housekeeping and the block center and things like that. They usually love that. We do go to the computer lab most days. These are our first 9-week goals, is what it's supposed to be. I'm sorry, all on the last page there. You have social, fine motor skills. It's listing everything they need by the end of the 9 weeks, okay? So do not get in a tither right now that they don't know these things. These are things that they need by the end, okay? If they don't know these things, then we will teach them. And a lot of these things are on the Brigance that we'll be testing them beginning August 1st or August 20th. I'm sorry, and we'll do each person is individual, and we'll be going through all these different things. Like one of them is stand on 1 foot with your eyes closed for 5 seconds. That's hard. That's hard for some of our adults, much less our little 5-year-olds. So. Ways to get in touch with me, notes in the agenda we talked about, email, texting through Remind. Like I said, I'm going to open that up, and it'll just be through me and you, not for the whole group. And you can call before or after school. If you call during school, unless it's an emergency, they usually don't put it through, right? Unless I'm expecting you to call, because they'll take a message a lot of times.
I know a big question was about the composition, the primary notebook. I've had a hard time finding that for my daughter too. So if you just get the regular composition notebook that's just all lines, I'm fine with that one. Don't wear yourself out thinking, oh my gosh, I got to have this primary one where it's blank at the top. That one's just preferred, but if you can't find it, just the regular composition notebook will work just as fine. So don't worry about, I know that was a big issue and just kind of concerned about with the supplies. On the homework, I'm sorry, not the homework, the supplies, we do ask you just put your kid's name on their book bag, lunchbox, and their pencil pouch. Everything else is kind of, not generic, but they're all alike, so everybody will have the same crayons. That way we're not getting confused about whose book bag, because you'll have a couple that look just alike, and it's just easily able to distinguish who belongs to whose, okay? Let's see. Also, I had given you a paper, and I asked you to fill that out front and back. That is part of our brigance. That is something that the state is requiring all of our first-time kindergarten students to complete. And what it is it's a screener that we will sit down and give them a little test, ask them to count, recognize some letters, draw some shapes. And it's just to give the state an idea of how well our students are prepared to coming into kindergarten. So you've already filled out the prior settings as far as if they've been at preschool, stayed home, daycare, those types of things. And then this one, the self-help, is just going to be another part of their information they're wanting. So just fill that out the best you can, and if I do need that one left with me before you leave today, okay? And then once we've done all of our screening, we put all of our information in for the state, then we'll have a meeting and contact the parents, and we'll go over what the information showed. So we'll go over that. Trying to think if there's anything else. I know that's a lot of information, and I'm sure you'll think of other things that you have questions about after today, but please feel free to call me, send me a remind or an email, write a note in the agenda at any time, and I will answer your questions the best I can, okay? Do you might have any questions now? Anybody? No? Okay. All right, well, I thank you all for coming in, and I guess I'll see your kiddos in just a minute, and I'll see them again tomorrow. But thank you all for coming in.
Hi, my name is Cassandra Bland. I'm the PTA president for Creekside Elementary, and we're out here at the kindergarten open house today to get parents involved in the school year. The PTA is the Parent Teacher Association, and we're all about just supporting the kids' education, helping out teachers in the school however we can. In the past, we raised money for field trips, for any technology or educational supplies that the schools and the kids need. We really are just kind of an advocate for kids in their education, just trying to give them the best of what they can. Any extra support we need, our dues are $5. We encourage every parent to be involved, to come to the meeting, share your ideas, and we'd love to have you.
Okay, Mason, Rayla, Hannah, bring your book bags over here, okay? And we're gonna hang them up over here. Paisley J, can you bring your book bags over here? I'm gonna show you where they go. Okay? Yours is back here. You're gonna have a special spot for yours, Rayla. Okay? Look under here. Do you see your name? Mm-hmm. Where's Rayla? Are you over there? I think you're over there. See Rayla?
Yeah.
That's your hook. Now look, see this little tab? Put that on there. Good job. Now go back to your seat. And Paisley Jade?
Paisley Jade.
Yes, ma'am. Look, use this hook. See that little hook? That goes on there. Good job, buddy. And Mason, we're going to go on that side. That's the boys' side. Okay, come here, Sydney.
This is good.
Do you see your name?
Come here, look down here. Do you see your name under there?
Yes.
Okay, that's your hook. Good job. Good job.
There you go.
Good job, buddy. That's great. So you guys know how to write your name. Makes me happy. That's okay. We'll practice and it'll get better, okay? Wonderful. Now you can put your pencil back in your pencil pouch and then you can color your picture. Oh, it's beautiful.
Look at mine.
You're doing a great job. Love it. You're doing a nice job. Look, Jillian, you can color with crayons. Let's try crayons. Could you write your name with a pencil? So now we're going to color with crayons, okay? How's Xavier today? You're good? Go, buddy. Do you know how to write your name? Can you write your name with the pencil for me? Let's see. Here we go, bud. So write your name at the top. And then we'll color with crayons, okay? Nice coloring, Xavier. Could you staying in the lines? That looks nice. Looks nice, Anna. Okay, just a couple more minutes on our pictures and then we're gonna do something different, okay? So finishing up. All right, let's see if we can find your name. You see your name, Carter? Where is it? Perfect, so you're gonna put your paper right above it. That's gonna be your little mailbox, your little cubby hole all year for your stuff. Do you see yours? Good job, buddy. Do you see yours, Brayden? Do you see? Where does it say Brayden? Perfect, yeah.
What do we do now?
You can go back to your seat for a minute, okay? Come over here for me, Mason. Walk around here, buddy. All right, do you see your name? Goes right above your name. Good job.
Then we can color the next thing.
Good job. Push it all the way back.
I need a J.
You need a J. Where's one that starts with a J? It's the only J name we have. You can go back to your seat.
Yeah.
So it goes right above your name.
Because it's J, I, and then 2 long L's. Then
Yes. That's right.
Daisy J.
Well, good job. You went right to it. Didn't have to lead you at all. Thanks for getting that down pat. Are you finished too, Emma? Yes, ma'am. Beautiful. Let's see if you can find your mailbox. Come over here, sweetie. Can you find your name? Or does it say Emma?
We all play.
Look right here, baby. Look here. Look here. Girls, have a seat for me. Look right here. You see Emma? Starts with an E.
No.
Jillian and Paisley Jade, I need you to go back to your seats, please. Look over here. Look. Do you see it over here? Yes. So it goes right above your name. There you go. That's your spot all year, okay? Ooh, where's yours gonna go, Miss Kendall?
What are we gonna do something?
Can you go back to your seat and we're gonna get ready to do something else? Right, look right here, Kendall. Look right here, baby. Do you see Kendall? Good job. Good job. All right, Miss Greta. Where's your name? Good girl. All right, Miss Sydney.
I made this for you.
Beautiful. Where's it gonna go? Sydney starts with an S. Go above your name. Look, above. Go above. Good job. There you go. All right, Miss Willow. Where's yours gonna go? Find Willow. Good. Yes, dear. Good job. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, now I need you to be really good listeners. If you have already, put your eyes on me so I know you're listening. If you've already put your paper away, I need you to stand and push your chair up to the table. And then you're going to walk over here to the carpet. But if you still have your paper at the table, you can keep working on it. Okay? Are you guys ready to hear a story?
Yeah.
We have to do one thing though before we get ready for a story. I have to check and see who all is here. Okay, so remember, just like yesterday, when I say your name, what are you going to do?
Raise your hands up.
You're going to raise your hand and you're going to say, what? Here. That's right, you're going to say here. So we'll know that you're here today. Are you ready? Okay, let's see. Okay, Zachary. Say here.
Here.
Rayla.
Here.
Kylie. Carter.
Here.
Mackenzie. Willow.
Here.
Brantley.
Here.
Xavier.
Here.
Jillian. See here. Mason.
Here.
Braden.
Here.
Paisley Jade.
Here.
Hannah.
Here.
Michaela. Addison. Greta. Shh, boys and girls. You gotta be really quiet. So our friends hear their names. So you can't talk. Greta.
Here.
Lucas.
Here.
Kendall.
Here.
Sydney.
Here.
Emma.
Here.
Good job. Well, I'm going to read you all this story, and I don't want you to say anything, but if you have ever seen this book before or heard it, all I want you to do is just do this. That means you've seen it or heard it. And if you haven't, it's okay, because we're going to read it today.
Hey, I haven't saw it or...
Now, there's another trick. While I'm reading, I need you to look, and I need you to listen. So that means while I'm reading, you have to be very, very quiet, okay? And you need to have your eyes up here so you don't miss the pictures, okay? So as I'm reading it, I want you to listen and I want you to look at the pictures. Can we all do that?
Yes.
And then you're going to earn another sticker for being good listeners, okay? Okay, are we ready? This book is called The Very Hungry Caterpillar,
Oh, I saw a show of it.
and it's written by Eric Carle.
And I made it too.
Now remember, one of those rules was we said we have to be good listeners and we have to be quiet. Okay, are we ready? In the light of the moon, a little egg lay on a leaf. This little dot right here is the egg. You know that leaf?
Okay. That's where the caterpillar lives.
One Sunday morning, the warm sun came up and pop! Out of the egg came a tiny and very hungry caterpillar.
Cutie.
He started to look for some food. On Monday, he ate through one apple, but he was still hungry. And if you look at the page, look, he ate right through that. Right through that. On Tuesday, he ate through, let's count them, 1, 2 pears, but he was still hungry. On Wednesday, he ate through, help me count them, 1, 2, 3 plums, but he was still hungry. On Friday, he ate through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 oranges, but he was still hungry. Oh, look at him. On Saturday, he ate through 1 piece of chocolate cake, 1 ice cream cone, 1 pickle, 1 slice of Swiss cheese, 1 slice of salami, 1 lollipop, 1 piece of cherry pie, 1 sausage, 1 cupcake, and 1 slice of watermelon. After that, he had a stomach ache. Oh my gracious. Think all that food he ate. Would you have a stomach ache? I would. Oh, he's got a little sick face. Oh. The next day was Sunday again. The caterpillar ate through 1 nice green leaf, and after that he felt much better. Look, he ate all the way through that green leaf. Because caterpillars are supposed to eat leaves, right? Are they supposed to eat food like we eat? No. The food for a caterpillar is a leaf. This other food is people food. So that's why he had such a tummy ache. But when he ate this green leaf that is just for him, it made him feel better.
We don't eat fruit.
No. Now he wasn't hungry anymore, and he wasn't a little caterpillar anymore. He was a big, fat caterpillar. He grew, didn't he?
Still a little caterpillar.
He grew.
Still a little baby.
He built a small house called a cocoon around himself. He stayed inside for more than 2 weeks. Then he nibbled a hole in the cocoon, pushed his way out, and he turned into a beautiful butterfly.
That's what happens.
Wow. Beautiful butterfly. Now, if you like that story, give me 2 thumbs up. I like that story.
Me too.
You like that one too?
I do.
Who can tell Miss Milby what this is called? What is this?
A tin frame?
A tens frame. Good. Excellent. How many squares are on the top? 5. And how many on the bottom? 5. So 5 and 5 makes how many altogether? 10. And that's why it's called a what, everybody? A tens frame. Good. Now, we made our necklaces. Now we're going to make our bracelets. So you may go ahead as soon as you get a green pipe stem, then you can start putting your green ones on. Okay? I'm working on it. There you go. Now, if you have 9 green ones and you add 1 red one, how many do you have in all? Raised hand response, please. Good job. Good job. Andrea, how many do you have now? 10. If you think she's right, raise your hand. Okay, good, good. Okay, you may go ahead and string those on your wire, and then we'll twist them and cut them and make a bracelet for you to match your beautiful necklace you've made.
That's what I wanted.
Okay? We're doing a great job. Look at you go. You're doing a good job. Okay, we're not going to tie this on the necklace. Necklace goes around your neck, okay? There you go. Good job. Can you tell me again? How many do you have?
10.
Okay, how many green ones?
9.
How many red ones?
1.
And that makes?
10.
Awesome job. Awesome job. Can you, Eli, will you count the beads on her necklace? I mean, on her bracelet, will you count those?
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You're right. So 9 green ones and 1 red one makes how many, Eli? Thank you.
10.
Awesome job. Awesome. Okay, he wants you to count his, okay?
Let me get it off somehow. It's a good thing that those beads can roll.
Yes, it is a good thing they can roll.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So how many green ones?
9.
9 green ones, and how many red ones, Eli? 1, and that makes?
10.
Awesome job. Now check and see. Let Jaylee count hers for you. Jaylee, can you count your beads on your necklace? 1 red one. How many green ones?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
See if she's counting right.
6, 7, 8, 9.
So 9 and 1 more red one makes how many in all?
10.
10 is right. Good job. Give me 5. Give me 5. Levi, give me 5. Eli, give me 5. Good job. Good job counting this morning. Awesome. Charlotte, can you tell Miss Milby what this is called?
Cutting off, doesn't it?
What's this called? Right here. What's that
You
called?
make it looser, so you can get it off when you get home.
What kind of frame?
I know.
You can't get it off? Okay.
A tens frame. You're right. Why is it called a tens frame?
Because it has
There you go, babe.
squares.
5 squares where?
Let's make it a little bit looser.
Okay, and how many on the bottom? 5 and 5 and 5 makes how many in all?
10.
Awesome job. Awesome job. You were right too. Good job. Good job. Okay, Jaylee is taking up the tens frames, okay? Well, there'll be a time you get to help too, okay? We take turns. Okay, I would like for you to give me 5. Everyone in this room.
I did that too. I counted hers and then she counted mine.
Everybody's looking, their eyes. If your eyes are looking at me, what does that tell Miss Milby? Who can tell me? Andrea. If your eyes are looking at me, what does that tell me? You're listening, exactly. Okay, let's transition back to the rug. Okay? Get your guitars ready. Eli, come up and help me lead, okay? Come up and be a leader. Okay, get your guitars ready. Here we go. The bitch and wooden dress. Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you have a question in class. Something to ask. What do? Raise your hand. 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 Raise it high. That way Miss Milby can see it. Sky. Reach for the sky. And raise one hand. What's the teacher going to do? Call on you. You have to have patience, right? Wait your turn. Are you playing your guitars?
Yeah.
Let's get them going. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Good. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Okay, so what are we going to do when we have something we want to say? Oh, look at Aubrey. She's doing exactly. She raised her hand. She raised her hand to show me. Okay, and then you have to have patience. Do you know what patience means?
It means you're listening.
You're listening and you're waiting your turn. You have to have patience, okay? There are a lot of students in our room and we have to take turns answering, okay? We have to take turns. Okay, this is what I want you to do. I want you to listen very careful. I want you to listen very careful. I want you to go tiptoe and get on a piece of yellow tape over there in a line and show me your best line skills. Okay, I'm looking at your hand. Where do hands go when we're in line? Where do our hands go? Show me. Eli, that looks awesome. Miss Myra, he needs a sticker. That is awesome. Okay? Show me where your hands go. And what do you do with your mouth? Make some bubbles. Oh, this sounds hall-ready. Isn't this awesome? Amazing. This may be that we get to the playground before anybody else does, because we're doing so good. Okay? Let's go. Okay, you're going this way. This way. To the corner. On the other side. Good job. Good job. Here we go. Here we go. Good job, Carol, leading the line. Good job. Right here. This one. There you go. Good job. Wow, I see bubbles on. This looks good.
On the blue line, side by side.
Good job.
Wayman, are your feet on the blue line, side by side? Thank you.
Excellent. You guys are awesome. On the slide, what do we count to?
5.
Okay, let's count to 5. Whisper, Red, whisper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then slide, okay? You got it?
We have some rules whenever we go to play, all right? This is the block center, and we only get 6 people here. Only 6, because you can play with things on this side and over here on this side too. My one rule is that you don't dump, and you don't carry them around the room. So this group right here would be playing on the what? On the carpet or the rug. You don't get it off the rug. You keep your toys here. Because whenever I say, boys and girls, it's time to clean up, guess what your job is?
Clean up.
To put everything away. Yeah. And it has to look just like it does now. Okay? So remember where you get things. Because if you take something off and you're like, oh, it's time to clean up and I don't know where to put it. Okay? And for all the other centers, only 4 people get to go play there. 6 people here, but then 4 at the puzzles and games, which is in that orange right there, on that blue, that red thing right there. And then we do have some housekeeping back there. We have some baby dolls and some clothes to change into and things. And only 4 people get to play there. Okay? Raise your hand if you want to go play where the house is. I'm only going to choose 4, okay? If you don't get to play today, when school starts, you'll get to play, okay? So Maisie and Chloe, you can go and play back there. And Charlie can go, and so can Caden go. Another place is right here. Do we have 6 people that might want to play here? Raise your hand. Would you like to play in the blocks? Okay, right here. With the puzzles, you like the puzzles and things?
I want to play here.
Okay, you want to play here? You 2 boys can play here. You want to go to the books? All right, go on back there to the books. You may go play with the puzzles. Mikey, you can go over to the puzzles. You want to play with the things on this shelf, these shelves? You can play with both of them, Drew, okay? Both of them. You know how to sort? What does it mean to sort? Okay, look, see some are red, so you can put the red ones together, and you can find the blue ones and put the blue ones together. That's called sorting. Well, you know what? If you're sorting by colors, you can think, what's mostly the color on that butterfly? Pink, so you can put it with the pink ones, like that. Okay? That is a chair for that center. For this, no, not yours. For this center. We're going to go on to the restroom and wash our hands, and then we're going to go to lunch, okay? So leave your things for today, and when we come back, we're going to clean them up, okay, after lunch. All right? Get a bag. Yep, and come on through here. Get your milk. Baby, don't look in it. Just get your milk. And then go sit down. If you want to go with them, I'll monitor this. Get your, no, milk. Right here's the milk. You have a book bag or anything? I'll go get them right there. Here.
Parents, if you have any questions, please feel free to call and visit the school at any time. You can also check out our school website and our school Facebook page for recent updates.